Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I got a question. When people come to you and they say they're trying to help you, trying to give you some advice, I know it makes you really, really angry when they've made every effort that they could and they evaluate your engagement to produce stupidity, ignorance, and dumb. Now, that makes you want to say to hell with whoever's trying to talk to me. I don't want to hear a thing you got to say. And that is the way ignorant, stupid, dumb people act. Now, if I, as spokesman of an advocate of basic human rights for all people, ever came to you and talked to you, tried to enlighten you, and came back with the evaluation that you were ignorant, stupid, and dumb, well, I hate to admit it, but if you are, if that's the result of what your living is like in the totality of things, then someone should be bold enough to tell you. You see, the reason that I say that is because all of us on this earth because of God, but we can't accept that. We say we do, it's a lie. You say we believe in God, it's a lie. You don't believe in God. You've heard somebody talk about God and you keep saying stuff. It's like saying you a millionaire, knowing you don't have a penny. Or you're gonna be a millionaire, knowing that ain't gonna happen. So I'm not saying that you're not gonna have it grow up, but right now I'd like for you to know that you have not grown up. Now, what do you mean when I say that? What do I mean? I mean that if God is responsible for all things, and you accept that God makes the earth, you accept that He made the resources of the earth that we use as people. We sometimes accept the fact that God made us, but we do not want to accept what God has determined that would produce peace and prosperity and freedom and joy and happiness, that we would be able to have our needs, wants, and desires met. We don't want to accept that because God is so real and so simple. You just, hey, I can't, it can't be that simple. And what I mean when I say simple, the simplicity of it is this. If you got a job, you're entitled to the benefits of what your job produces. Now, if all of you come together collectively and work on a job, a career, to reach the same conclusion, then that means whatever the conclusion is, it belongs to all of the people that work to produce it. Now, what God has said, the way you can produce all of the stuff is everybody got a job. But He blessed it in such a way that you could choose the job that you loved. And having chosen the God that you love, the job that you love, or the career that you love, God blesses it with joy, something that the world can't give and the world can't take away. You see what I said? The world can't give it, the world can't take it away. So you got a career that you love, and you as people are producing everything. You won't need nothing outside of what you produce. That's God. But what you do is you reject God and you choose to listen to men like Trump. Let me not, for since we're in America, let me just talk about Trump. You choose to listen to men like Trump. Do you know men like Trump have engaged in wars that have killed millions of brothers and sisters just like us? They are engaging in things right now that are causing hunger, mostly all over the earth, causing hunger. In America, trying to make you dumb, make you ignorant on a everybody level. You're already there, you just didn't know it. But you want to be taken lower by someone that's trying to tell you that if you white, you all right, and you black, get back. And you've accepted that. You've accepted that even though it produces hatred. You've accepted that even though it produces racism and bigotry. You've accepted that. Even though in order for you to get the blessings that you can get over here free, you have to lie, you have to cheat, you have to steal, and then you go killing. Do you know that the earth has been shaped by men who rejected God, who went and murdered other folks, took their land and took the resources that were on that land for those people and claimed it as their own? Do you know people have wiped out people? And if you don't know, you can turn your television on. You can see there's a group of people, bull, jive, turkey people, call themselves Israelite, call themselves children of God, murdering folks to kill them, gonna kill them, to take their land and whatever resources they got. They don't mind killing the babies, killing the old folks. They don't care if you walking around with life, they're willing to take it out. Now they call themselves children of God. You got to Putin. They don't call themselves children of God. But Ukraine, they're doing the same darn thing. You got the people here called themselves children of God, dumb, stupid, and ignorant. You got the people over here in Russia killing these people over here in Ukraine, killing them because the people doing the killing are dumb, stupid, and ignorant. But they are not the only ones that's dumb, stupid, and ignorant. Because there are so many of you who call yourselves not dumb, not stupid, and ignorant. Call yourselves really smart. Then you ought to be ashamed of yourself because you are rejecting what God has given to be the answer to our problems and choosing it. What people do that produces nothing but evil and devilishness. That's what you've chosen. That's what you've chosen in America. I don't care who you are, black, white. America is led. In fact, the guy pretending to be president of the United States, as you have heard me say, is not really the president because the Constitution says, based upon the things that he's done, there's no way he can be president. But he claiming to be, he's pretending to be, and guess what? He got enough crooked crooks, I mean criminals, to support him. And he walking out there trying to give out orders as he run this country. And those people who said knows that he's wrong. I'll give you a good example of somebody that knows that he's wrong. Miss Cheney. Miss Cheney said, I'm not walking around with this lie. And they fired her out of her job. So what did she do? And all other people just like her who know the truth, they sit back and wait and see if maybe his tongue gonna run out or he gonna get old and die and something's gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change for the better until you make it better. But see, how many of you want to make it better? How many of you out there today? I listen to white folks all the time, especially these criminals that love Trump. You'd be surprised at the way these criminals project and lift up this evilness as being divine. You might not be surprised because you just don't know any better. Dumb, stupid, ignorant people don't know any better. And when I say you dumb, stupid, and ignorant, I'm not trying to put you down because of anything other than your own actions, anything other than your own receipts. You act like you dumb, stupid, and ignorant. Now, I ain't just talking about Americans. I'm talking about human beings across the earth. And I'm talking about all of us. I'm not putting out a group say, well, they are not, they okay. Methodist, Baptist, no. Every last one of you religious people out there act like you're dumb, stupid, and ignorant. And for talking about God, you ought to go sit your butt down. You don't know nothing about God. Yeah, I know you pissed. You know everything about God. What have you done for God? What have you done? You ain't done nothing for God. You just sitting around lying to people and think that when you die, you going to some heaven, to some place that you rejected on this earth. Something that you could have built on this earth. You rejected it and think you're going to die and somebody going to whoop you up and take you out and put you in some pleasant place. You got to be dumb, stupid, and ignorant. Well, I think I have said that enough right now for you to be hating me. So that's good. Because if you're hating me, you're doing it because you're dumb, stupid, and ignorant. If you weren't, or even if you were, and you were about to wake up, you'd be glad that somebody told you you were dumb, stupid, and ignorant by evidence. By evidence. Let me see. You know, and it's all around us. There is no evidence amongst the human beings that God is real. There's no evidence. There's no evidence. There's nobody standing up for righteousness. And I'm not talking about standing up for righteousness for you. I'm not talking about standing up for righteousness for America. I'm not talking about standing up for righteousness for white people or black people or women or men. I'm talking about standing up for righteousness. Righteousness goes straight across the board. Righteousness is like daylight. It's all there in the day. Righteousness is like night. It's all there at night. Righteousness is always there. It never stops. But it doesn't be practiced if people are dumb and stupid and ignorant. So I think I just called this video dumb, stupid, and ignorant. Until next time, Eddie Marcus say, I didn't mean to make you mad. I just want to tell you the truth. And we'll see what you're going to do with this truth. Goodbye for now.